We go to climate activists. Where are they now?
We don't give a fuck.
Climate change is the quintessential threat of our lifetime.
It's really hard.
Who are they going after? China, Pakistan,
Hold up.
India.
Wait a minute.
No. The Blue Angels?
Are you retarded?
I'm Jazz Borganzo, and this. When you have blue-haired feminazis living with 15 cats with nothing better to do,
What the fuck?
this is what you get.
Know why you're gay? Because you like Asia.
But it's what's next. What's up, everyone? Jazz Borganzo, what's next? Your daily dose. Common sense, facts, and salt. Hope you guys are feeling good today on this Monday. Well, we're going to go to a segment called Where Are They Now? In this episode, climate change activists. Where are they? Remember how they were so prominent and protesting and the planet's dying, climate change and and then Trump got into office for a second time and they've gone dark. They've gone quiet. They've gone, to quote the great Chappelle, eerily silent. But never fear, they're back. And they're going after some of the most hardened enemies of climate that this world has ever seen. Who are they going after? China? We know they have a history. How about Pakistan? How about India? Yes. Because they got such wonderful emissions. Anyway. But no. They're staying right here at home in the U.S. and they're going after, wait for it, the Navy's Blue Angels. Yeah, you know the Blue Angels. They 4th of July and certain events throughout the year, and they fly overhead and everybody cheers and it's a great thing to see and it's Americana and no, they are destroyers of the climate because these activists have nothing better to do. Ugh. And here we go. This comes out of Breitbart. Climate activists call for an end to U.S.'s Navy Blue SEALs Seattle Air Show. Seattle specifically, not just in general. They're going after Seattle. Okay, whatever. Of course, there you see the Blue SEALs. The Blue Angels. Excuse me. Navy SEALs and Blue Angels mixed. Sorry about that. Climate activists are now calling for an end to the U.S. Navy's Blue Angels iconic air show in Washington, arguing the show is too loud and leads to pollution. No. The Air Show Climate Action Coalition. That's a thing now? Okay. Which consists of climate activists from local climate groups, placed a billboard on the shows, covering their ears with their hands along their words, saying, "Say no to Blue Angels, too loud, war trauma, pollution." The coalition's billboard comes in protest of Seattle Seafair Festival, which the Blue Angels have been performing there since 1972. But that's a little too long for these activists. Of course, you can see the sign there, and yes, they're angry, and they mean it. According to U.S. Navy Blue Angels website, the Blue Angels, which have represented the U.S. Navy and Marine Corps since 1946, consists of 140 world-class active duty sailors and Marines. Since 1946, it's been our honor to represent the United States Navy and Marine Corps to audiences at home and abroad as we showcase the excitement, precision, and power of the naval and aviation. A message from Blue Angels commanding officer of the website. Aidan McCall, the main designer of the billboard, used to live on Mercer Island, where the Blue Angels fly, before leaving due to fallout effects from the air show, according to the Seattle Times. Quote, "The sheer amount of carbon emissions the Blue Angels create, 670 tons in one weekend, is immense and wasteful, on top of being a big display of U.S. militarism," McCall explained to the outlet. Another person who works as a community organizer said the petition that calls for the end to the Blue Angel Air Show, according to the outlet. Mary Patterson, a volunteer with 350 Seattle and a member of the coalition behind the billboard, clarifying that they don't oppose CFA, that they oppose the continued Boeing-sponsored air show with the Blue Angels, according to Fox News. Patterson said that the noise comes from the Blue Angels Air Show causes hearing damage, especially for the kiddies. The coalition billboard comes as Seattle resident Lauren Lombardi filed a lawsuit against several Blue Angels officials, because of course she did, claiming that her sick cat was traumatized by the noise from the air show, according to local news. Lombardi also claimed that the Blue Angels reportedly silenced her on social media by blocking her from interacting with the Blue Angels Instagram page. stupid, moronic, idiot, buffoon. Name your, throw an adverb out there. It doesn't matter. But these guys have nothing better to do. These blue-haired, flannel-wearing feminazis living at home with 15 cats have got nothing better to do. And speaking of cats, when you have a woman who sues the Blue Angels because her cat was traumatized because it was just a little too loud. Oh, it's hard to put into words. It is. It is. It's just comedic. It's absolutely comedic how these clowns thinking we're going to put up a billboard, not, come out with several thousand people protesting, climate change and, the planet's dying and, this is a world ender and what have you. No. We're going to put up a billboard and spend several $100s on that billboard and, that'll get the message across. And the Navy Blue Seals, Blue Seals. Why do I have Blue Seals in mind? The Navy, Blue Angels blocked this woman from commenting on their Instagram page because her cat's been traumatized. Oh, as I shed a tear. And with that being said, I'm Jasper Gonzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share, subscribe to it. Hit that notification bell so you guys never miss a thing. Continue spreading the word about the show. Appreciate you guys watching as always. And we'll see you on the next one. Peace.